don't think we're gonna have an argument about me or the dog in the bed. I think I'm gonna win.
Oh, okay.
The dog can't do what I can do. Ashima for the win.
Welcome back to Little Pepper. You know what time it is. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe. For those you returnees, you really want to do, make sure you like and share the video, because you ain't got the minerals, baby. Listen, I get it. Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you lean? We're here with the Ready to Love review, baby, and we're going to be talking to you guys about Darin and Ashima. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Waste too much time, because listen, if you can't handle the heat in the kitchen, woo, chile, get out the kitchen, woo, chile. If you can't handle the heat in the kitchen, baby. Listen, let's get into this, baby. Quite interested in Darin and Ashima, because I think the main contention, the reason why I haven't really done much about Darin and Ashima is because there's nothing to do. Like, fam, they've got on like house on fire, like pretty much everything's just been pretty simple. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, there's been a little bit of a disagreement this episode, and I think a lot of people have been saying, obviously, do Darin and Ashima, do Darin and Ashima. So I thought, you know what? Let me do a Darin and Ashima then, innit? Alright, cool. So, yeah, I think for the first thing for me that was interesting with Darin and Ashima was, you know, they obviously got great chemistry, great flow. They talk, they get on. They've liked each other from the very beginning, and they've had no other suitors really, apart from Darin maybe potentially playing around with Nina a little bit. Probably just to fill his ego a little bit, as men do. But you know, for very much majority of the actual game, they've kept it quite consistent. They've been our two forerunners from the very jump. I think what was interesting, obviously, was their disagreement, which was around the pet situation. But, I mean, just watching even their body language is quite interesting. I think what was interesting, one was...
What y'all got coming out?
I got wine.
Oh, you got your Pinot?
You already know.
Okay.
He knows your He knows
and I think when you are in a relationship, when you are starting to obviously get to know one another, there are these little details that you begin to pick up of one another. Stuff like, favorite food, favorite drink, what the person likes doing, da-da-da-da. And those are usually good indications. That's why the friends kind of made a little bit of a hoopty-ha about the fact that he said, obviously, like your wines, and, he said, what, Pinot? And she was like, yeah, da-da-da-da. And, again, it just kind of shows that great bonding that they have done in the minute details. And let me tell you something, a roof doesn't cave in overnight. A house is not built overnight, it's built by foundations. These minuscule things make up the big things. So if you can't get these minuscule things right, you may have the big things ready, but it needs a structure and a support to be able to get to that level. So those little miniature things are very, very important. And both guys and girls want the other party to be able to remember certain details about them. Now, I'll be honest with you, even myself, sometimes, I do this YouTube and I meet certain women and like, bro, they'll be like, listen, I remember when you did this video, and I'm like, bro, I don't even remember the video. They're like, yeah, I remember watching that video, and I'm like, and I'm looking at them just going, raw, like, right now you look a bit attractive because the way you're talking to my cuz. But it's just that obviously that because you're obviously beginning to see that they actually pay attention to you, and that's one way to know as well how invested and how interested somebody is. I think there's nothing worse than being in a relationship and a person really isn't supporting you in what you do. I've experienced that, and let me tell you something. Yeah, you don't want it, bro. You don't want it. You understand?
Ashima, her career is very demanding. She travels a lot. How comfortable are you with who she is? And is it something that you think you could be supportive of?
Yeah, that's no issue as long as when we come...
I think one of the things that was interesting again was obviously when they posed a question to Darin about Ashima traveling. Obviously she's a comedian, she's going to travel a lot, and seeing how would he best react to that. Now obviously he gave a good answer, etc. But I think what was interesting was Ashima's reaction to that question. I mean, she literally picked up her drink, which is everybody's go-to when they're feeling a certain way. I think it's a natural reaction in terms of, like when we say sip our drink, it's a natural reaction to kind of a question which may be leading on to a needful answer, or an answer that we think is difficult, or something that we just want some more information from. And so you see her just pick up her drink, and then she turns and just looks at him. But the eyes are different, because she was looking at him earlier on with loving eyes. Now it's more of a case of, how are you going to answer that question? There's intrigue. And obviously Darin asks it quite smoothly and actually navigates that question quite well as well. I think where it became interesting for me is the fact that Darin didn't know or hadn't fully acknowledged, probably based on the information that he's been given by Ashima, that she really doesn't like dogs. You saw the friend's reaction when they mentioned dogs. He's obviously a dog lover. And I remember he mentioned it, I believe, in the early episodes as well. What obviously we didn't see is obviously Ashima's, I guess, strong hand to, I guess, not liking dogs. Unless I missed that. I might have missed it in the first episode. But, you know, if that is something that he's missed, is it that he's missed it? Or is it the fact that Ashima hasn't made that very 100% clear?
Dog guy.
She don't like pets.
She didn't say that. I could tell by the way. You could tell if somebody like dogs or not. You know what I'm saying?
You mean you have a dog in the house?
Yeah, I have 2 labs.
Have you met the dogs?
Not at all. My friends, they know how I feel about dogs. I'm just not a dog in the house person.
Because something that where you don't like, for instance, I don't like dogs. I don't like any pets. I don't want to date a girl who's got pets. I'm not about that life. If you want a pet, go get a pet, but leave me out. I'm not about it. Anybody who's getting with me knows I don't do pets. You understand? I don't even do goldfish. I don't want nothing else to look after when I have to think about kids in the future already. I don't want nothing to look after. Myself is enough responsibility without adding some pets. Yeah. So obviously the fact that he said obviously Ashima hasn't really made it like clear that she definitely hates dogs or whatever. It's kind of intriguing because does that mean he wasn't listening? Or does that mean that she never made it clear? I personally think that she probably never made it fully clear. Meaning, she may have said, I'm not a big fan of it, but never made it never fully made it clear to the extent that she really is not about dogs. And that's a no-no. So I think that's interesting. Also as well, he's quite interesting in terms of the way that he actually feels about the dogs. Now, I don't personally understand this, but dogs cannot be sleeping in the bed that we're in. That's nuts. But obviously, if you're dog lovers, you might be okay with that. I'm not a dog lover. If I ever date anybody who has pets, which I'm not going to, but if they ever did, best know dogs don't come in the bed. Best know dogs don't come in a room. Let them stay outside where they need to be. Get them a kennel, whatever. They're in a dog's house for a dog's reason. Yeah? I don't enter the dog's house unless I've done something stupid. So I don't understand why the dog's house is coming. The dog is in that's me in the dog house is coming into the house. You understand? Yeah, don't make sense. So I think the way he defended that as well, when he tried to even make the point clear in the boys section as well, which is quite interesting. He said,
does not want a dog in her bed.
Man, look. You must ain't got no dogs either, man.
I got a dog.
I got a dog.
Well, you know, that's Mississippi and Alabama. That's what we do. We put them in the backyard.
I get it and all this. So we having some cultural differences.
Is Darin and the dogs a package deal?
Yeah.
Okay. So can we have some boundaries?
obviously, oh crap. He also obviously said as well, oh, like, you know, about the dog thing, and everyone was like, nah, cuz, nah, it don't work like that. And I was like, yeah, nah, it don't work like that. I don't understand why you think having dogs in the cribbo, in the beddo is something, fam. Like, where does that come from? Like, I'm tempted to say that's not a black thing. You know the ones where black people, you know how we are in it, we don't like doing them things. Them things there. We don't, no. It's interesting, obviously, as well, the fact that, obviously, when she did make it clear that she wasn't a big fan of dogs, I think what was interesting was the way that his face changed. And I think he even put his drink down as well. You can see that his face really he can't believe it. And that's what I was saying to you, that I don't understand how that conversation would have been missed, because that's such a prominent part of his life. And that's something that she doesn't really like. So how did they miss that part of the conversation? How did they just ignore that and kind of just gone past that because they like each other so much that they've ignored a certain stop? Or have they just both not really spoke about it in a depth because they thought, you know what, fam, it's not as important. But now the friends are bringing it up, it becomes important because friends are bringing it up. It's an outside source. So that was quite interesting. I was just wondering why that hadn't been brought up, which is an intriguing thing. But that's my only little critique up there too anyway.
An argument about me or the dog in the bed. I think I'm gonna win.
Oh, okay.
The dog can't do what I can do. Ashima for the win.
Ashima made a point about, you know, she can do things the dog can't do. I saw Darin just kind of laughed a little bit nervously, didn't really say anything. And then it kind of reminded me of the scene with Chica and Ashima, and how he didn't get involved as well. Now, originally, I didn't say anything about Darin's behaviour because I said they were new to this. Like, you don't want to jump into that, especially with men. We're quite finicky with them kind of things there. But he didn't jump in at that point either to defend her. And I felt like in this particular instance, when she made a point about the dog, there was no reassurance from his side. More of a nervous laugh in a sense, almost like he doesn't fully believe that the dogs won't be coming in the bed. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why dogs come in the bed anyway, but that silence there again just reminded me of the scene with Chica. And like I said, silence can sometimes be consent. Like, you know, that you and silence can also be a case of like you don't want argument, but passive aggressiveness is real. Trust me, I'm like that. I'm a person that as soon as I get angry, I just go quiet, bro. And that's passive aggressiveness. And actually, what that does, it builds up, and then eventually it does explode because you haven't dealt with what you're feeling. So that's my only kind of thing I think with Darin and Ashima got me very careful of. But other than that, they're a great couple. I think they're amazing. I love the way their energy is. I love the way they get on. You know, love their closeness. Even when they were on the sofa, there was a little bit of a distance between them two, which was quite odd. I expected Ashima to be a bit more close to him. But saying that, there may be something that we're going to see next week that might just show us why there wasn't as much closeness on that sofa. Do I fully believe Darin is fully invested in Ashima? Yeah. But I just feel like the way that he played a little bit with Nina, I feel like there's something, it's there, but it's not 100% there just yet. But that just may be my feeling. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, that's my quick review of Ashima and Darin. Watch out for the other reviews coming up next. Appreciate you. Make sure you love, share, subscribe. Love, share, subscribe. Love, share, subscribe. Make sure you comment down below. And obviously let us know your thoughts and your feelings. You know what I mean? And let me know what you're thinking. You know what I mean? Appreciate you guys. Make love, baby. Make love.